Ozarks in 5, brought to you by Talking Rocks Cavern. Explore the beauty above and below ground at Talking Rocks Cavern. The Springfield Greene County Park Board reminding you to go play, and Roto-Rooter Plumbing and Drain Service. Call Southwest Missouri's best plumber today for a free estimate. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
And good morning to you on Thursday. We're making our way through the week. We got a cold snap coming, and it's going to be a big one. We'll talk more about that. And, of course, there's Abby Dyer's Wake Up Weather right after this. But we got a lot of news to talk about, too.
Yeah. Developers who want to put a business at Sunshine and National are changing their plans, sort of, a little bit. Instead of trying to get the city to sign off on rezoning that parcel of land just across from Mercy Hospital from residential to commercial, developers now say, how about changing it to a planned development? So they still want to develop there, but it's just under a different category. So what's the difference? By doing this, developers would have to turn in a site plan following certain standards to a T that would essentially guarantee that the city and the neighborhood, many opposing neighbors, that they would know exactly what it would look like, and then the developers would have to stick to it exactly. So, as you know, it's been quite the controversy. Developers say they still want to consider a food hall there, some upscale shops and whatnot, pickleball courts, but a lawsuit to try to block the proposed development is scheduled for trial 1 week from today. So It's still going there. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's like every day something new happens related to that.
Yeah. It's interesting, though, the planned development, if it's zoned as that instead of just like general commercial or whatever. And I don't know the exact terminology legally, but that's what it is. It's just that it is a planned development. You stick to the plan. You lay out the plan, you stick to the plan. So there's no surprises.
Yeah.
All right. It was an accident. That, according to fire investigators, they say that's the official ruling on that horrific house fire in Marshfield that claimed the lives of 3 kids back in November. They were 12, 13, and 16 years old. Investigators believe it started in the kitchen and spread through the ceiling and into the entryway. The kids, all of them, were on the second story. Just a terrible tragedy. We also know that house did not have any smoke detectors, according to the investigators. All right, lock your car doors. I think that's good advice always, but you better do it because thieves have been on the move again in Springfield. The latest round, 2 juveniles, young people, both of them just arrested for stealing a car near Drury University early Sunday morning.
It's always something. We know this cold weather is on the way, and cold may be an understatement. I think frigid may be the better way to term this. Warming shelters will be opening for this cold snap. Forecasters say now that the bitter cold is arriving, it may not leave anytime soon. It's actually been 40 years since temperatures stayed below freezing in Springfield for 13 consecutive days. And that's something that we just might pull off if the forecast models shape up the way that they're looking.
I hope they don't.
I hope so, too. There are multiple shelters that are open. Thankfully, many churches are opening their doors. We're going to tell you about one for both men and women. Otherwise, local TV websites have them. You can find them online. Men can shelter at the East Sunshine Church of Christ. Women will be housed at the Grace United Methodist on South Jefferson. So if you know anybody who may need that, there are lots of other ones as well, volunteers helping out with that. And Abby will give us more on the forecast coming up with Wake Up Weather right after this podcast. So stay tuned and find out what she has to say. And then keep checking back because, you know, those change hour by hour. Greene County's budget is a new budget. It's mainly focused on people, workers, public safety, public services as well. Some employees will get a bump in pay for cost of living. Plus, there will be a $2 per hour pay increase for all sheriff's office deputies and millions going toward county bridge replacement projects and other road construction. You can see that entire Greene County budget for yourself at the Greene County website.
Yeah, I'm super excited for the $2 per hour pay increase for the sheriff's office employees.
They could use it. Absolutely.
They could use it, and they don't make much, and they do a lot.
Tough job.
That most of which we will never know. All right, this is very fascinating. I think it's fascinating. Missouri's kind of leading the way. You may remember that former Missouri Attorney General Eric Schmidt sued China over COVID. Well, now the newer AG, Andrew Bailey, is pushing ahead with that charge. There were several legal accusations, but it looks like the one with the most legal standing is that China purposefully hoarded PPE, the personal protective equipment, from Americans, and that it sent us lower quality masks. A lot of claims were brought against China. Legal experts, though, say they might have legal immunity, if you will, against many of the accusations. However, this one seems to have some legal legs, the PPE thing. So fascinating. We'll see how it plays out in court, but it looks like it is moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, it's a country. It's a communist country. I can't imagine that they're going to say, "Okay, U.S. court, we abide by whatever you say." But we'll see.
True,
I mean,
but there
they're
are
going.
some.
It's more about going through the motions of the process, I think, and proving that China was somehow intentional. I think is what the goal is.
Yeah, I
Our
mean, I do too, but either way, like there all these different like acts that people, well, that you're supposed to play by. Rules that it's like rules of war, right? Like you play by the rules until you don't. But anyway.
problem
All
is
right.
not everybody plays by the rules.
Yes.
Ozarks Technical Community College's Ridgewood Valley campus, it's located there between Ozark and Nixa, is getting bigger. The school was already planning an expansion, but just approved a bigger expansion, an expansion to the expansion, if you will. The expansion just grew by 3,000 feet for the workforce training facility in Nixa. The price tag will be close to $5 million. So good for them, more space. And this is interesting. A local brewery is going to start a different type of brewing from beer to coffee. And they're still going to do the beer. Mother's Brewing Company is opening a coffee shop at the brewery. It will be called Cufflink Coffee and will have its grand opening coming up January 15th, which is right around the corner, just 4 days away. It's expected to be open from 7 to 4:30, 7 days a week. So
that's cool.
I
like the name Cufflink. That's good.
Could never have enough.
I'll be the judge of that. I'll let you know how it tastes. I feel like I'm a coffee connoisseur at this point. So
yeah, well, it looks like that opens Monday. Super cool. Bass Pro Tournament of Champions starts today. Meanwhile, that's my alarm going off. It's a reminder for myself to talk about something in the next story. So I almost got it right. But again, the Bass Pro Tournament of Champions starts today. It's a showcase tournament that annually brings in some of the best high school basketball players and teams in the country. It's a big deal. This year, 2 Springfield schools are part of the event, Central and Glendale, good basketball teams. Other teams coming to town from Seattle, Oklahoma, Virginia, Georgia, and St. Louis. The Tournament of Champions runs through Saturday at Great Southern Arena on Missouri State's campus. And Griffin and I will be there Friday night. I did, in fact, get tickets Friday night. So
nice.
We're excited about that. You will be out of town with the girls, and the boy and I will be going to eat some nachos and like all the other stuff that he's going to want to eat at this basketball game.
You better have some cash on you.
That's why he goes to sporting events mainly, is to eat. We told you that only people with a subscription to Peacock streaming service will be able to see the Chiefs play their first playoff game of the year coming up on Saturday. Well, now Chiefs defensive end Charles Omenihu is giving out 93-month subscriptions to Peacock so Chiefs fans can watch the game. That's pretty cool. So here's what you have to do. You have to get on Twitter, X, and you have to reply to his tweet asking why you should get a free subscription. And then he's going to read them all, is what we understand, and pick winners tomorrow. So you might want to get on it sometime today because Friday the winners are picked. It's the first time in NFL history we told you that a playoff game has been or will be shown on only a streaming service. which is not making a lot of Chiefs fans happy.
Excuse me, can I weigh in,
imagine.
sir? So I was chatting with my old boss yesterday, and we were talking about this. And I was like, well, there's a Chiefs player who's going to buy 90 subscriptions to Peacock. And she was like, no, that's defeating the purpose. You have to punish Peacock, if you will. You know what I mean? Not really punish Peacock. Like, it's a bajillion-dollar deal. They're not worried about it. But my point is that if everybody buys the subscription,
right,
then this is likely to happen again.
Correct. Yeah, they need message.
It doesn't take rocket science to figure that out. But I just wanted to point that out for those of you who might not have thought about it.
The message that needs to be sent is that, no, we're not going to buy your streaming service to get one game. And then they're going to say, okay, well, then 2 games. And it's going to eventually, they're going to force you into it. But It's good of him to do that. He's trying to help Chiefs fans. That's what he's trying to do. But we have an option for you. We have a couple of options for you. One of them is that you can listen to the game for free. 104.7 The Cave will have the Chiefs game. They have all the Chiefs games. And what they do at the radio station, I love this.
This is Midwest Family Radio owns this group. So go Midwest Family.
Absolutely. They also own Around the Ozarks. What they do at the radio station is they intentionally delay the audio on the radio station of the play-by-play for like 30 seconds or maybe more, maybe a minute. And you're like, well, why would they do that? It's because you can play the radio station, pause your TV, and then time it so that you can listen to the local announcers, the Chiefs announcers, instead of the TV announcers, if that's what you'd like to do. And you can use your DVR, pausing the TV and playing to get it right, so that whenever you see a play happen, you play the TV when that play happens, or you hear it happen. And that's how you sync it up. So you can sync it up pretty easily. Again, 104.7 The Cave is the place to listen to the Chiefs if you don't want to pay for a Peacock.
You guys, he lost me too. He lost me too. Because how could you sync it up on your TV if it's not airing on your TV without Peacock?
Oh, that's true. Typically, what you could do is the sync up.
He forgot the word typically, guys. That's what. Okay. So that's my very kind way of calling him out. He forgot the word typically.
For a regular game.
Idea. But for this game, you can just listen to 104.7 The Cave. That's all. Good. And then you'll hear it play by play for free right there in your living room or in your truck. I don't know, wherever you are sitting on Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's option 1. Option number 2 is you can go to aroundtheozarks.com, click on contest, and enter yourself to win tickets to the wildcard game, thanks to Smouth Brothers Foundation, Repair, and Waterproofing. Without Smouth Brothers, we wouldn't have tickets to give to you. But because of them, we do. So they are sponsoring the tickets. We are giving them away through aroundtheozarks.com. Check it out online right now, because your odds are pretty darn good.
That's how you beat Peacock right there. Just go to the game. You don't have to worry about it.
Never mind that it's going to be 2 degrees or something.
Oh, it is going to be cold.
It's going to be
Chiefs fans
really cold.
Relish that, though. They love that stuff.
I think we went to a Chiefs game once that was horrifically cold, and we survived to tell about it, and it was a great time. We did.
It was very, very cold.
You got this. I believe in you. You dress for the occasion. You talk to the mail carriers. That's what they do. They dress for the occasion. They're ready. They're prepared. Be prepared. All right, folks. That's it. Happy Thursday. We are one day away from your weekend.
Yes, we are. All right. Have a great day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Bright and early.
See ya.